And that is frustrating as fuck. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Villain Lair. I'm your host, Wilbur, and this is Waiting for Batman, the show that's all about Batman. But look, you already know that. You guys came here to talk about some Batman. You guys came here to talk about some Gotham. Well, I hate to say it, I hate to break it to you, but there was no Gotham on this week. That's right, Fox screwed us over royally, man. Why is this Empire show on? Empire? It's not even a show about Rome. It looks stupid. If you need to steal the thunder from Gotham, then this Empire show doesn't deserve any ratings. It sounds like it's gonna fail. I hope it does fail, only because it's taken away from my Gotham time. Gotham will be on next week, so we got something to look forward to. Don't know what's going on. I haven't seen much in the way of promos or previews. They did show a preview after Gotham last week. The show seems to be revolving around the villain who got away in the last episode, who is rumored to be the electrocutioner. So that'll be fun. It'll be something to look forward to. But man, it's gonna be a hard show for me because there's no Gotham to talk about. I don't know how to progress with the show unless I have some Gotham to start with. So hey, let's dive into Waiting for Batfleck. All right. In Waiting for Batfleck news, there's been this crazy rumor that Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice is going to be split into two movies, from 1 to 2. Look, I don't know how these rumors get started, to be honest with you. It seems that there was someone who said that they had some insider info. They had a picture, what looked like kind of to be a legit picture of a kind of a Comic-Con style promo screen of the logo and some titles that indicated that Batman vs. Superman was going to be split into two movies, in the same vein as the Avengers, the third installment, I guess third and fourth installment. That's going to be split into two sections, all chronicling the Infinity Crisis or Infinity Wars or something along those lines. But that does not seem to be the case with Batman vs. Superman, unfortunately. Unfortunately, it is only going to be one movie, which I think a lot of fans are kind of disappointed simply because, look, we want to see a lot of Batman, Superman fighting. We want to see a lot of movie. And it kind of made sense at first because all the rumors, all of the things that were coming out about the movie, that there's going to be, Robin's going to be in it, that they're going to have all these villains, KG Beast, Doomsday, Lex Luthor, all this stuff. It kind of, Wonder Woman, that they were going to bring in all these Justice League members. It did kind of indicate that it's going to be a very big movie. And so a lot of rumors got started. First started with that maybe they weren't just filming Batman vs. Superman, but that they were also filming Justice League, which very well could be the case. There just is so much, rumor going out there about the movie, so much that we don't know about the movie, that for all we know, Warner Brothers may have the most epic plan in the world brewing, and we have no clue. They're not going to talk about it. And look, that's how it should be, man. We are so spoiled nowadays with the internet and with all these journalists who are going around spreading these rumors. I read a really interesting little tidbit on one of the many articles talking about the Batman versus Superman rumor, saying that most of these websites, most of these journalists are talking about Batman versus Superman just to get the hits, just to get people to click on the website, because everyone is talking about it. Everyone wants to know what the is going on with this movie. When are we going to see a trailer? Blah, blah, that. Blah, blah, this. And it's quite honestly just becoming a huge clusterfuck of rumors and nonsense that no one knows what's what at this point. I will tell you that the two movie thing does seem to be a rumor for sure, because Henry Cavill was interviewed by Variety this week or last week, and he said no, that's not going to be the case. He was also asked by Variety if this movie was going to be as epic as Avengers Age of Ultron, and he's like, we'll see. It's a classy move, because you don't want to come off as cocky and be like, oh yeah, this movie's gonna be better than Age of Ultron, because we don't need to see that. I don't want to see that kind of dick measuring when it comes to these movies. I like Marvel, I like DC. I think they're both great. Granted, I'm a DC guy all the way, more than I am Marvel, but I'm gonna watch them all. I don't care who thinks what's better or whatever. I don't care about other people's opinions. All I care about is seeing my favorite characters come to life and kick some major ass on screen. And look, I'm gonna be honest with you. If they were to make a DC Marvel crossover, I would be in all the way. I mean, I hope Disney just has the balls to be like, we have Star Wars, we have Disney, we have Marvel, we're gonna put them together and we're gonna make a movie baby that's just gonna have lightsabers and Doctor Strange and Captain America just all blowing each other up, man. But it'll probably never happen because other fans don't want it to happen, because I don't like my Disney to touch my Marvel, to touch my Star Wars. Bleh. Last week, Justin and I, we talked about how the Batman vs. Superman trailer might possibly be coming out with the Mad Max film. Well, it turns out that might, once again, is just a rumor. That there does seem to be a different source saying that the movie is going to be dropping a trailer with Jupiter Ascending. Quite possibly at the same time that the new Fantastic Four movie is dropping a trailer. And look, who knows? It's so hard to keep track of all this bullshit at this point. I love Batman. I love DC, man. But man, we don't know. We'll find out pretty soon. It seems like if there is going to be a trailer with this Jupiter Ascending movie, it seems like that movie is a kind of a comic booky science fiction type film that maybe they would want to have some big trailers to kind of help with the box office numbers. Maybe, I don't know. Look, I can sit here and tell you how I think Hollywood and how the box office works and all that stuff, and I might be right here and there, and I might get lucky and guesstimate correctly most of the time. But at the end of the day, the only people who know what's going on in those studios and who knows how those studio executives think is the studios and the studio executives. They're the only ones who know what the fuck's going on. So I tell you what I think, I tell you what I hear, I tell you what I'd like to see, and that's all it is. Enough about waiting for Batflank. Let's move over to some Batman recommendations. That's what I like to do if there's no Gotham to talk about. This recommendation that I'm going to tell you about is a Batman related film. It's not necessarily a story set in the world of Batman. It is a story that is all about why Batman's important. And I heard all about this film from a little podcast. You may have heard about it. It's called Fat Man on Batman. It's a podcast that Kevin Smith does. And look, if you come here to talk about Batman, to hear about Batman, to learn about what's going on in the Batman world, I highly suggest you guys check out Fat Man on Batman. Kevin Smith is, to me, one of my favorite filmmakers. I know he's not everyone's cup of tea, and I really don't give a so don't leave me a comment saying Kevin Smith. I'm not going to care. He did a little podcast talking about this film I'm about to talk to you about. It's called Legend of the Night. And it is a documentary by a very talented filmmaker named Brett Culp. You can find the film on Netflix. You can download it probably on iTunes. It is available in a lot of different digital formats. So I'd highly suggest it. It is a film that is all about Batman's influence on society, on today's society, pulp culture, all of it. And I mean, if you're a Batman fan, this is probably one of those films that will make you cry a little bit. I watched it and man, I was just I was a big baby, man, because I love Batman. And I know that sounds silly for a grown man to say, oh, I love Batman so much, he means so much to me, but it really does. You can ask any kid when they're little, who do you want to be when you grow up? And they'll be like, oh, I want to be Batman, or I want to be a Ninja Turtle. It'll change every year. They'll have a different hero. They'll have a different thing that they're into. And for me, consistently, across the board, it is always about Batman. He Even when I got into Marvel Comics, even when I got into Spider-Man, I loved that stuff. I loved X-Men. I loved Spider-Man. But at the end of the day, it was all about Batman. This movie really just it hits you. It hits you like a ton of fucking bricks because you kind of get to see that you're not the only one. You're not the only one who loves Batman this much, who has such a huge spot in their heart and in their mind for Batman. That there are a lot of people who love Batman, who just need it to be in their lives, and it's really cool. It almost makes you feel like you're part of something bigger, like you're part of something more than just this kid who sits in a dark corner and reads comic books by themselves. That there's a community of people who love Batman. If you love Batman, if you are into the Batman fandom, give it a shot. Legends of the Night by Brett Culp. You can check him out on Twitter. He's at Batman Film. You can find information down below in the description. I'll shoot you the links to his Twitter, to the website for the film, and if you want to read about that variety story that I talked about not too long ago, that'll be down there too. So check out the description. All of the details on anything I talk about that might have more to it, you will be able to find links to it down below in the description. Well, there it is, guys. No Gotham review, unfortunately, but had some Waiting for Batfleck news, had a Batman recommendation. Hopefully you guys are entertained by these little videos. If there's anything else I can do to make it more entertaining, hey, I'm a slave to you all. So, hit me up in the comments down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter. I'm, as always, at Auburn's Own Eli. Or you can check me out on my website. I have a website now. I'm www.elyjahwilburvideo.com. That's more of my portfolio. If you're interested in seeing more of the stuff that I do, I don't just sit here and talk about Batman. I have other web shows. I've got the Satan stuff. I've got all kinds of stuff over there on that website that showcases all of the video work that I do. So if that's something that you're interested in, do me a favor, check that out, spread it around, tell your friends, you know the drill. The more you share, the more it helps me, and look, the more I'm helped by you guys, the better show I can do for you. The more I know about what you're looking for, the more I can finally attune that stuff to make it entertaining and enjoyable to you guys. So as always, hit me up, comment, share, all that goodness. Until next time, I'm Eli Wilbur, and this has been Waiting for Batman. See you guys next week. Hopefully we'll see some Gotham. All right, guys. Have a good